A terrific evening. Look at...
Kevin, thanks.
David, he has been a great addition. Thanks for that report. Here's the starting group for Houston. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. P.J. Tucker is out there with Robert Covington. And it's House in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Celtics, Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. And it's Tice in at the center.
And after over a decade with the Thunder, last season, Russell Westbrook starting fresh with the Rockets, a superstar pairing with longtime friend James Harden.
Here's Walker out to Hayward. Back to Walker. Over Westbrook. Hayward outside. Here's Brown. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Brown's got the opening basket of the game for Boston. And Greg, there were some legitimate questions about Harden and Westbrook and how they would play together. Westbrook not the floor spacer they look to put around Harden.
And that preceded their moves at the trade deadline. I mean, committing to small ball. Westbrook, the lone non-shooter from distance, unlocked, though, to attack the paint.
And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Hot pass to Hayward. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Gordon Hayward, such a strong connection with his guys. I'll tell you, the alley-oop is pretty.
The shot's good from Westbrook.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
A terrific move by Brown to score.
That's just too easy. Kemba, the innate sense to find the open player. Well done.
House. Banked in off the glass.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Brown outside. Back to Walker. Stolen by Harden. And it's the Rockets on the break. House has got the ball. And that one is hammered home.
Well, just incredible instincts from Russell Westbrook. How about that pass? On time, on target, make it easy.
The pass to Tice. Just about 2 minutes into the game. First quarter of basketball. Nice ball movement by Boston. Just 5 on the clock. Oh, Tatum in position. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's House. And that one clearly a foul. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to have a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. Double checking, and the game continues on.
Now here's Walker. Passes it to Tice. Back to Walker. Now the feed to Brown. Good work defensively by Harden.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
And the dunk by Covington.
Well, you can see Covington's speed and transition opportunities. That was a nice job getting out in front.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And always a solid rebounder. Hayward took it to a whole new level last year.
He certainly did, Greg. This guy was up at 6.5 rebounds per game, easily a career high, and consider he did it at both ends. And to me, that's the versatility that this guy brings that helps you succeed. He doesn't have to be your leading scorer to impact winning.
Greg, one of your former teammates, John Starks, would get under a guy's skin on the court. He's like a nuisance, but really opposite off the floor, away from the game.
I tell you, Kev, John's got a heart of gold, and Anybody that knows him is going to be a fan of the person. John is as good a fan as I can ever recall having.
I think creativity was gifted in Walker's DNA, one of the more capable finishers in the league, especially at his size.
And a fast break now for the Celtics. There's the lob to Brown. Stolen by Rivers. And oh, here we go with Green. Nobody back. And Green slams it in.
Well, the coaching staff loves seeing this kind of playmaking from Austin Rivers, the willingness to share the basketball.
And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
No good on that one. Hayward with some nice D. And Walker's got the ball here for the Boston Celtics. They trail by 6 and finished off by Brown.
Boy, you get a real glimpse of the explosiveness of Jaylen Brown. What a big-time finish.
Stolen by Walker. Smart passes to Hayward. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Gordon dishes to Green. And Boston with the rebound. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
Boy, how impressive is the quickness Jaylen Brown possesses. This guy sprints hard toward the cup on every drive.
It's blocked. Here's the break. And then Brown with the dunk.
Oh, Kevin, not a penny, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunny. Hayward against Carroll. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Just 4 seconds left in the first quarter. And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That is his first foul of the game. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
From deep. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. Jaylen Brown has been leading the charge for the Boston Celtics. And before the game, we checked in with Marcus Smart, who told us how.
I'm the youngest of 4 boys, so.
And no question, Smart is considered one of the toughest guys, Greg, in the NBA.
You have to love his passion, his willingness to sacrifice his body for the team on a nightly basis.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And the Celtics, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on. They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Stolen by Cantor. Here's Tatum. Westbrook with the block.
Oh, my goodness. Russell Westbrook twice on the pipe sends that shot back. My goodness.
Here's Harden. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. The Rockets last season traded Clint Capella for Robert Covington. The front office felt it was a move they had to make to go from good to great. And, of course, they certainly gave up size, but with Westbrook and Harden in the lineup, they needed more shooting, with open driving lanes to be at their best. And Covington provides that, along with great perimeter defense. Guys?
A team that's no stranger to bold moves. Thanks, David. Williams, he's checked in for Boston.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Gordon against Tatum. The shot will not fall. Now Boston takes it the other way. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
In his career, surprising some scouts, Tatum's hit a high percentage of his threes. The difference last year, he took a whole lot more.
He understood, Greg, that his game needed to be more efficient. Far fewer mid-range, long-range twos. He almost doubled the number of three-point attempts from the year before, and that was by design. This guy understands success in the modern NBA, plays at the rim, and plays from three.
Tucker can't get it to go. Boston leading by 3. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Kemba Walker's checked in for Boston. And a switch here also for Houston. Daniel House is checked in for Eric Gordon. Walker's shot is off. Here's Cantor. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
I love that Cantor will pursue rebounds out of his area. This guy's such a powerful player who's willing to exert his will.
Walker against Westbrook. Here's Tucker. Williams with the block. Wanamaker the pass to Tatum. And the dunk by Tatum.
Well, Jason Tatum at 6'8" with authority. That's nice.
Westbrook kicks to House. To the inside. Stolen by Walker. Oh, Tatum in position. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Wow, how about the long arms and the timing of Jason Tatum on the alley-oop? Nice.
Stolen by Walker. Here's Wanamaker. He's covered by Westbrook. The kick out to Tatum. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Timeout called the Rockets. On a team filled with big wings last year, Walker gave the Celtics a guy with great supreme quickness who could break down the defense when nothing else was there.
And he's that rare commodity, an elite catalyst who doesn't have to dominate the ball to make an impact. That allows room for others to feel empowered out on the floor. It's just one of the many ways Walker makes his teammates better.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Daniel Tice is checked in for Cantor. Hayward comes in for Jason Tatum. And it's Brown in for Brad Wanamaker. Houston with a big group substitution here. Jeff Green is checked in for P.J. Tucker. Damari Carroll comes in for Robert Covington. McLemore's checked in for James Harden. And it's Austin Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. And that one's good. Green.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Walker dishes to Williams. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Green passes to Rivers. It's rebounded by Tice. Tice has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ben McLemore. That is his first foul of the game. There's 25 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, how about the shiftiness of Kemba Walker? Defenders struggle to keep up. That's why you see him get the contact call.
And so Walker nails both of them.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Carroll kicks to Green. Lets it fly from 18. Gordon Hayward comes up with the rebound. Brown feeling it out a bit. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. It was a big-time first quarter for Jaylen Brown. He had 10 points and 1 steal. And
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at Jaylen Brown, what a contribution.
Oof. That first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
This guy plays fast, he's aggressive, and if you let him get to the cup, there is nothing that you can do about it.
Taking a look at the Rockets. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the 3 slot. Walker against Harden. Here's Hayward. He can't hit that time. And the Rockets take it the other way. And stolen by Hayward. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile 1 block?
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. A lot of great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. Do you think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question. And believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, and I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that right now.
No, we don't do that.
Harden kicks it to Tucker. Here is House. He's covered by Brown. Westbrook dishes to Tucker. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Westbrook's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Walker the pass to Hayward. Nice ball movement by Boston. Great open look there. Brown's got 13.
Well, to me, that's excellent timing from Jaylen Brown. He shoots with confidence, knowing his teammates trust him.
And Jason Tatum, he got a lot of the pub last year, and deservedly so. But Jaylen Brown made monstrous strides as well, especially when it came to efficiency.
Walker the pass to Tice. The kick out to Walker. Brown dishes to Hayward. Beyond the arc. And it's Brown that time on the assist by Hayward. Brown's got the lead up to 13 now for Boston. And it's Harden with the ball for the Rockets. And you look at Brown's field goal percentage and his free throw percentage, Greg, both career highs last season.
That's a great dunk.
Freakish.
He's an athletic freak.
Wow.
Oh, that is just unreal. Is this the dunk contest, or are we actually playing a real game?
No, this one counts, Greg. Believe me.
My
With confidence to attempt that alley-oop to himself. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, we all know that there are some people who dislike James Harden's style of play. They're bored watching him shoot free throws. He said, "I see how teams guard me and find ways to exploit it. I just outthink the game, and I'm faulted for it." Kevin, that may be, but it's hard to argue with the results. Back to you.
You're right, one of the top scorers in league history, David. Thanks for that report. Outside, Walker hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Walker's got his second bucket.
My goodness, the level of focus required, Kemba, right in your eye.
And it's blocked. Covington against Tatum. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Out to Hayward. Lets the 3 fly. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 3 assists in the game. Rockets trail by 16. Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
I'm not sure athleticism does that play justice. Russell Westbrook doing work.
Knocked loose. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. And the jam by Harden.
And they need those kind of plays right now. Smart defense that generates some more.
And here's Walker. He's got 6. A shot by Hayward, wide open, and a miss there on the triple.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
And he's able to get it back. Westbrook passes to Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That is his first foul of the game. Smart misses. And here we go. Rockets running again. Here's Gordon. Kicks it out to Harden. 3-pointer. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Boston Celtics with a 10-point lead. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Smart and Brown outside on the wings. Ennis Cantor is out there with Williams. And it's Wanamaker in at the point. That's the Boston 5.
How about the strength on the finish? Jaylen Brown showing real muscle.
And Doris, much has been made of Brown's improvement offensively, and rightly so. But when you ask Coach Stevens about him, he always goes back to his defense.
Well, it's never a surprise for the coach that is the first and foremost thing on their mind. At 6'7" with a 7-foot wingspan, that incredible athleticism, Jaylen Brown can guard the elite wings in this league, and he holds his own and competes at a high level. It's a must-have for any championship team.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Bobbed up there for Green. Williams with the steal. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Smart leading the charge. With the putback.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Rockets trail by 14. Rivers dishes to Green. Lays it up off the glass.
What an effective, efficient offensive possession. They'd love to get that shot every trip down the floor.
Brown outside. Here's Cantor. Back to Wanamaker. Nice ball movement by Boston. And the shot goes down. Williams has got 4 points this quarter.
I think Brown demonstrating he's got a great understanding of the game. He keeps his head moving, his eyes open so he can spot the open man.
Williams, he's checked in for Kansas. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. In the corner, it's Westbrook. Feeds it to Tucker. Pass to House. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Westbrook. That shot is off. Good D by Williams. Brown right side. Pass to Wanamaker. But they recover it. Smart wide open. He fires. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. And here's the break. Got a piece of it. Williams with the ball. Westbrook picks him up. Brown wide open. He fires. The Celtics keep it going. A new 14-second shot clock.
Well, Marcus Smart has a knack for understanding where missed shots are going to come off. Then he's got the vertical to get on the glass. Nice.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
In terms of acquiring the types of players you like, Greg, which front offices have you evaluated that really lead the way?
It's a great question. You know, I think coming off the dynasty and if you ask Golden State, they'll tell you they're still in the midst of it. I think they do a terrific job. The Celtics are right at the top, too, though. Danny Ainge and Brad Stevens are in sync with what they do and how they develop players, but also how they find those diamonds in the rough. And let's give a shout-out to Toronto with what they've done over the last 5 or 6 years. They've created a level of excellence there that has them on the same path as some of the best teams in our league.
A lot of good GMs out there. Danny Ainge of Boston, you talked about them, probably one of the best.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Rockets on defense. It's a 14-point game. Hayward finds Tice.
This is where Tucker really makes his impact. Tough, hard-nosed, physical defender.
Harden the pass to Tucker and taken away by Brown. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Hayward from outside. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Westbrook's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Covington. Walker with some nice D. Boston leading by 14.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Celtics.
2 great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jaylen Brown.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
In the corner, it's Westbrook. And he slams it down right on top of Daniel Tice.
My goodness, is there anything better than watching Westbrook hammer at home? My goodness gracious, Russell.
And it's the Rockets on the break. And finished off by Westbrook.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too little too late.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
Here's Westbrook. Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
Yeah, this guy is so special. On the attack on the interior, this guy is seeking contact. He doesn't want to avoid it.
There's Brown with the 3. Rebounded by Covington. And stolen by Tatum. And he banks in the layup.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
And Harden launches it from deep. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing. And David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. are setting tonight with the lights of downtown. Now it's at
Kevin, thanks very much.
much needed indeed, David. Thank you. A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the small forward. And for the Hawks, Herter the 2 with Hunter at the 3. Clint Capella is out there with John Collins. And it's Young in at the point. Here is House. Misses from close range.
And Kevin Herter, a young player and a big part of this team's future. He keeps trying to add to his game.
And the area I love that he's improved, I think the most and needs to, is his ball handling. Doesn't have to only look for shots outside. He can attack the rim. He's also is more willing to take the lead in transition and create for others.
Yeah, I love watching Harden be aggressive inside. One of the most efficient scorers in our game.
Here's Capella. And the basket is good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Tucker finds Westbrook. And some nice passing there by Houston. And Capella sends it back.
Opponents have to be careful when Capella is in the area. What an impressive display of timing.
On its way from Young for 2. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
And the dunk by Westbrook.
And the explosiveness, incredible. I mean, Westbrook just taking off like a rocket towards the rim on these drives.
Here's Herter. And the dunk by Capella.
Beautiful location on the pass, as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Harden left side. Tucker. Crafty move. Atlanta with the rebound.
I'll tell you what, I think he thought that was going in. I sure did.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Now, here's Collins. Back to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Doesn't get any easier than this. Capella's work ethic is what allows him to get those dunks.
How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
One of the cases where height fails to tell you the whole story.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul. And the Hawks making a change here. Reddish is checked in. And a change for the Rockets. Gordon's checked in. Young fires away from outside. From beyond the arc and then some. Young's got 5 now.
Love the unselfishness. Not only can Cam create for himself, he can also create for others.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And the league's preeminent practitioner of the step-back 3, James Harden, is as good as it gets. And, you know, like the skyhook, an unguardable shot. And paired with his dribble drive, a 2-move torture chamber.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Damian Jones is checked in for Clint Capella. And it's Bembry in for DeAndre Hunter. And it's Jones. That's on the assist by Collins.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
And thanks to that step back, Harden already the all-time leader in unassisted three-point shots.
And not to mention 4-point plays. And up until recently, teams built elaborate offenses to create their three-point looks. Harden the first to do it one-on-one with volume and efficiency.
Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Jones. Then McLemore, he's checked in for Houston. Westbrook passes to Gordon. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Lobbed up there for Westbrook. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. And here's Young from the arc. Tries again. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Keeping that play alive. Anytime a shot goes up, Collins is going to compete for it.
For the Rockets, Damari Carroll's checked in for P.J. Tucker, and it's Rivers in for Russell Westbrook.
Well, John Collins has the potential to be a star for this team. Continues to be a powerhouse on the offensive end. He can attack from inside as well as outside.
Now here's Rivers. Pass to McLemore. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
I mean, wonderful court vision. Sometimes Rivers gets locked in to finding his own shot. This time, finds the open man.
Dedmon in the high post. Working on Green. Dedmon kicks to Bembry. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Rivers passes to Gordon. And there's the foul. It's on Dwayne Dedmon. That is his first foul of the game. 34 seconds left to play here in the first. Green passes to McLemore. Yep, it counts. McLemore's got his second bucket tonight.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Dedmon inside. Guarded by Green. They get it back. Bucket is good.
Staying aggressive on the offensive boards. Dedmon's a tough guy to box out there.
Here's Rivers. It's tipped. Here's Reddish. Comes up empty down low. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Hawks. Naturally a ball-dominant player. James Harden talks.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal, of course.
Giving their offense another dynamic.
And it also helps him preserve some energy for those big moments in the big games.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And looking at what we've seen from the Hawks, what do you guys think?
I love their effort, contesting shots, trying to intimidate here early on.
And you can see it's already having an impact. It can cause shooters to think twice.
Taking a look at the Rockets, they've got Green. Gordon is out there with Damari Carroll. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's McLemore at the 2. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Atlanta. The Rockets also changing it up. Robert Covington comes in for Green. And Daniel House subbed in for Gordon. Rockets trail by 5. McLemore dishes to Covington. And a missed layup. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ben McLemore. That is his first foul of the game. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
We've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed, but it's always existed. And the reality is this: you become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
And the Hawks with possession here, following the score by Houston. Capella, the pass to Herter. He kicks to T. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Capella. Rebounded by Covington. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Houston Rockets. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Fast break for Hawks. Here's Fernando. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Throughout the evening, he's gotten to his spots, and the defense has not adjusted.
Nice silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better.
And last season for Capella wasn't that easy. Had his year cut short to injury, never got the chance to suit up with his new team in the Hawks.
Jones checked in for the Hawks. The Rockets also changing it up. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Damari Carroll. James Harden comes in for McLemore. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Austin Rivers. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, thanks very much, Kevin. Clint Capella is a 7-footer in track shoes. He said, "I always try to have that pace. Whenever I sprint, I have an impact on the offense. I try to focus on that and keep my energy up." Guys, guards love big men who run the floor as hard as Capella. Back to you.
He is indeed, David, very athletic. Thanks. And with Capella and the Hawks, both are excited for this season.
And on paper, Capella seems like a great fit. Can finish inside, pairs well with John Collins and Trae Young. And Capella could be the difference maker to get this team back in the playoffs. And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Kicks it out to Harden. There's the triple. That one misses. So Atlanta will take it the other way.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Back to Young. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. To the middle. Here's Capella. Rockets with the rebound. Here's Westbrook. And yes, it's good. And that's now 7 points for Russell Westbrook.
And I think the contact helps Westbrook. I mean, so competitive. This guy invites that bump.
And Collins is right there. And the Hawks lead by 6.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Westbrook dishes to Covington. Kicks it out to Harden. Pass to House. To the paint. And here's Covington. Left side, Westbrook. Here is House. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. There's 47 seconds left now here in the second. And Young, here we go. Feeds it to Capella. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And for a long time, Atlanta had been searching for a legitimate center. Seems like they found their guy in Clint Capella.
Yes, and Clint Capella is limited offensively, but that's not his job. What Clint Capella does do, he does very well. He's a terrific rebounder, and he will have a lot of room to finish at the rim, as he does with power.
Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Atlanta. DeAndre Bembry comes in for DeAndre Hunter.
No doubt he's struggling right now.
Oh, the power on that throw-down.
Solid transition play from Cam Reddish, working hard to make an impact.
Harden the pass to Tucker. The shot's good. Tucker's got his second bucket of the night.
Poor interior defense. If you play him soft, he's going to kill you.
Now, here is Young. He has 5. The Hawks shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws. So those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Some players drift in and out of the action. Trae, he's always right in the middle of things. Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
And so it's Atlanta going in. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. You look at the core of this young Hawks team. They have Trae Young, John, and that'll do it.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Clint Capella has been sensational.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
Basketball 101. You've got to put a body on him. Unfortunately, that's a fundamental that's gone by the wayside.
Young and Herter make up the backcourt. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. And it's Capella in at the 5. So that's the Hawks 5. Here's Herter. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Young from outside. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Good D by Covington. Pass to Tucker from 11 feet away. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. The Hawks shooting with confidence. 50% from the field so far. Stolen by Harden. Westbrook throws it down hard.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
Now, here's Hunter. Here's Young. Drops one in from the wing. Young's got the lead up to 10 now for the Hawks.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They've came in focused and they've executed.
Here is Harden. And Westbrook gets it to go on the assist by Harden. Westbrook's got 11 points.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Young finds Capella. Covington with the steal. Deflects the pass. Tucker with the ball. Capella's there.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, defensively, your mantra at this point has to be no easy buckets.
Now Young, after the missed three from John Collins. Hunter, no one around him, and the three off target.
And Smitty, if I'm coaching DeAndre Hunter, I'm making him watch nothing but tape of Kawhi Leonard. He has that type of body and can aim to be that kind of player.
Yeah, I totally agree. Both were lauded as mostly defensive players as rookies. Hunter showed he has some shiftiness to his game offensively. I think he has the chance to be on the same level at the end of the day as Kawhi Leonard. No harm in having that as a goal.
Here's Tucker following the bucket by the Hawks. Drills the three-pointer. He has 6.
It doesn't matter how a defense plays him. Harden is going to make sure that the three-point shot is a primary weapon.
Now, here's Hunter. Lob pass to Capella. Rockets trail by 5. Westbrook with it. In the corner, Harden. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And it's 8 points for James Harden. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Young with no one around. A three-pointer off the mark.
This shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Rockets. He gets it in there. And now just a 1-point Hawks lead.
And a staple of Harden's attack. Sometimes it seems he's better finishing through contact on the drop.
Shots good from Young.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Here's Westbrook. And it's John Collins with the rebound. Collins has got rebound number 5 here tonight. That one goes in. Now it's a 5-point Atlanta lead.
Look at the pass from Hunter, wanting to get his teammates involved.
And Tucker kicks to Westbrook. Houston moving it around. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. Houston with a big group substitution here. Jeff Green is checked in for P.J. Tucker. Damari Carroll comes in for Robert Covington. And McLemore, he's checked in for Daniel House. And it's Gordon in for Russell Westbrook. Well, many question the selection of Reddish in the draft. Pundits thought he had red flags. But, Greg, he developed nicely over his first season in the league.
Reddish caught up to the speed of the NBA, found his shot, and started to play with confidence. Sometimes it takes a little time for young guys to adjust.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Kicks it out to Gordon. It's Carroll on the wing. Another miss by Houston.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
Rockets trail by 9. From deep, Harden. It's Dedmon with the rebound. Dedmon's got his 4th rebound in this one. Now the pass to Jones with 4 seconds on the clock, and Jones with the stuff.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
They've taken nothing for granted. You can see they're playing the moment rather than the score.
And so it's the... And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. Rivers and Gordon make the backcourt. Jamari Carroll is out there with Ben McLemore, and it's Green in at the 5, down low. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Diaz, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and an up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mentions. Here's Fernando. Jones, the pass to Fernando. Here's Westbrook. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
Such a dynamic scorer. When Westbrook gets rolling like this, he's nearly impossible to contain.
Rockets trail by 12. And the basket by Harden.
What a turnaround for him since the half. More aggressive and more effective.
Pass to Herter. Now here's Collins. Back to Young. Ball's not loose. And the turnover again by Atlanta. And so Westbrook will bring it up for the Rockets. Takes it out to Covington. At the elbow, Harden.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
You know what he did? He timed it well and did a good job of contesting without committing the foul.
Stolen by Tucker. Eric Gordon on the wing. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You have to be very careful when you're guarding Gordon. He's adept at putting pressure on the defense.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work down low.
Young for 3, and Eric Gordon pulls it down. And here are the Rockets. Good momentum, 8 straight points, and Westbrook gets it to go.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
What I like during this run, they paid incredible attention to the details at both ends. That needs to continue.
Young for 3. Good on the triple.
The willingness of Young to work off the ball just gives the defense another thing to account for.
Right wing. Harden way outside. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Here's Herter. That three off the mark. Rockets trail by 9. Here's Tucker. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Herter passes to Capella. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break for the finish. And the jam by Harden.
And this is what great players do. Harden understanding how to deliver in a big moment.
Young is double. Pass to Hunter. Capella controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Hawks lead by 7.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Harden outside from deep three-point range. Good! And now they trail by just 4.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
And it has them at a great spot to take the lead. They love to get a few stops now at the other end.
The kick out to Young. Shot clock reset for the Hawks. Now, here's Hunter. Defended by Gordon. 6 on the shot clock. Collins passes to Capella. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Reddish, he's checked in for Atlanta. Labissiere comes in for Hunter. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Danuel House is checked in for Gordon.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Force them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
It's good!
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
House kicks it to Tucker. And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. The three from Harden. Misses the three. And so it's the Hawks who come out on top. That was a fun night of basketball. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. The Nuggets are not holding anything back in the wardrobe department as they made.
Kevin, thank you.
Well, that's a great story. David, thank you. A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the 3, the small forward. And for Denver, the backcourt is Murray and Harris. At the forward slots, it's Barton and Millsap. And it's Jokic in at center. Tucker can't get it to go.
And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that.
House kicks to Harden. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. Now here is Harris. Murray. And Westbrook pulls it down. It's Harden with the drive and the jam by Harden.
Yep, Westbrook seems to have a sixth sense for those kinds of openings. Knows exactly where the gap is and finds his teammate perfectly.
Here's Barton to the middle, and Covington sends it back. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
And early in the game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
And so here is Houston. Rockets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use. And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot. Westbrook does not lack for style in finishing, and when you got his explosiveness, that's an easy thing to do.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That is his first foul of the game. Westbrook with the steal.
And we've just seen them make mistakes on back-to-back.
Mercy, mercy me. Boy, that time Russell Westbrook going for the spectacular with a little extra pizzazz.
And Barton throws it down.
And that ends the struggle. You could feel the tensions in the building with each miss.
Woo, man, this thing was turning into a soccer game. A lot of action and not many points.
Westbrook, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Well, you know, I did not think I'd ever see a player equal Oscar Robertson's triple-double average for a season, which the Big O did back in '62. Then along came Russell Westbrook. Another level. Did it for 3 straight seasons, making an indelible mark in the history books.
And last season, Westbrook passing the great Magic Johnson for second all-time in career triple-doubles. Does he catch Oscar Robertson with 181?
I think he does, Greg. I think he's got a chance anyway, I should say that. Just to be in the conversation speaks volumes to all you need to know about Russell Westbrook's greatness.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Grant, he's checked in for Millsap. Michael Porter comes in for Barton. And it's Torrey Craig in for Gary Harris. Jokic passes to Porter. Back to Jokic. Inside. With the tip, Jokic on the follow.
Can't afford to lose sight of Jokic, not even for a second. This guy's always a threat to hurt you on the offensive boards.
Here's Westbrook.
Oh my goodness! That was special.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
Boy, and I used to love going up and jamming it down like that, guys.
Tucker can't get it to go.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Monte Morris is checked in for Denver. McLemore's checked in for Houston. It's stolen by McLemore. And Westbrook throws it down hard.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
And here's Houston. They're on a 16-6 run. McLemore with the ball. Now guarded by Porter. And the dunk by Westbrook.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
Now, here is Morris. Here's Porter. Another shot. Westbrook with the block.
Hey, the athleticism of Westbrook not only on display offensively, he can throw shots out of there, too.
Westbrook against Morris from 8. And it's finished off inside by Westbrook. Westbrook's got 16.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
And it's Westbrook. That time on the assist from McLemore. 18 points for Russell Westbrook.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't gonna get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
And it's Gordon penetrating. Yep, that one goes.
And Gordon has the burst of speed you like to see in a guard. Excellent at knifing through the defense to the cup.
A 3 from Morris. They get it again. Porter doesn't go for it. Russell Westbrook has been leading the charge for the Houston Rockets, going on an absolute. And we caught it before the game with Nikola Jokic, who had
Selfless. I mean, you need to took your
Greg, there are areas of Jokic's game where he probably is the best in the world.
I can't think of a center with better floor vision or better passing ability. His positioning, his angles, his ability to use his size to maximize effectiveness, all at an elite level.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Rockets.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Houston, we've got Gordon. Rivers out there with Ben McLemore. Then there's Green, and it's Carroll in at the power forward position. Out to Morris, pass to Barton. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Here's Millsap, lock at 6. A 3 from Morris. And again, Denver no good.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then because his shot making is not happening right now.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
Here's Millsap. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. No doubt, Greg, you were known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul, I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right.
Now, you got to remember, Barton isn't just a scorer. This guy is also superb at finding open teammates.
It's Harden with the drive and the jam by Harden.
And he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely.
Boy, he makes it look easy. He is an absolutely imposing finisher around the rim.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Well, I tell you what, we've all heard the stories of Jamal Murray's training routine growing up in Canada, like something out of a movie. Push-ups in the snow, dribbling on ice, deep knee bends with a cup of hot tea on his thigh. A little bit unconventional, but hey, it certainly got him to where he is now, so I would say it worked.
It's Carroll on the wing. Millsap covering. House. Barton with some nice D.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
A different look for Denver. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Plumlee. Porter comes in for Will Barton. And it's Torrey Craig in for Gary Harris. Houston also making some changes. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Green. Robert Covington comes in for DeMarre Carroll. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Austin Rivers.
And Clark, it was Jamal Murray's father who's the mastermind behind those unconventional training methods. His son, though, never begged off, never wavered in his commitment.
Tell you what, Greg, it clearly would lead you to believe that both of them were crazy, and yet they had a shared obsession and a commitment, and it's paid off.
Murray against Westbrook.
Well, I love the fact that he caught it and was ready to shoot it right away. Well done.
And he takes that one up and powers it through.
That was some slick passing from Harden on that one.
The Nuggets trail by 19. Murray with it. He has 6. Chalk up 2 there. Murray's got 8 points. 51 seconds left in the first half of the game. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. Jokic has checked in for Denver. And McLemore, he's checked in for the Rockets. Now Murray. He's got 8.
And that's the tough part of trying to keep him on the floor. Now he picks up that third foul. And if you're drawing up your starting 5 for team irrational confidence, Jamal Murray makes a strong case. This guy is fearless.
The Rockets making a switch here. Gordon's checked in. Here's Westbrook. He's off on that one. Good defense by Jokic. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Nuggets shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
Westbrook dishes to Tucker. Takes it out to Covington. Just his first attempt. That one a little long.
That's a rare miss for him inside. He may have just rushed it a bit. Maybe lost concentration, too.
Count it. Grant's got his first bucket of the night.
And Grant really embraces contact, relishes it, as a matter of fact. He has no fear going to the rim or going into a shot.
And so it's Houston. Their lead. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
There was no stopping Russell Westbrook in the first half. He had 18 points. And
well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
At the forward spots, it's Barton and Millsap. The backcourt is Murray and Harris. And it's Jokic in at the 5 down low. That's the group for Mike Malone getting going here in the second half. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
And it's the Rockets on the break. Outside Westbrook. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call. And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
And Russell Westbrook is as explosive a guard as we've seen in the history of the game. An incredibly gifted scorer who can also punch it on you.
Here's Murray. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Murray's got 14 points for the game.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Tucker finds Westbrook. Back to Tucker. 6 on the shot clock. House the pass to Westbrook. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Greg, did you know when you were playing that you'd eventually want to call games, be in the broadcast table?
Kevin, no idea. I didn't have any clue. And quite honestly, didn't really think that there was a career that one could have in terms of broadcasting. You know, because cable was just kind of coming on as I was retiring. You didn't have your own network and the things that we take for granted now. So looking back on it, no, but boy, am I glad I did.
I am glad you did too. You probably don't remember this. Doc Rivers and I were doing a game. You came over to say hi to the two of us, went back out on the floor. Doc nudges me and said he'll be great in TV someday. We saw it then.
He's a good mind. The man knows what he's talking about. Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
Westbrook against Morris. The shot by House is no good. Cloak loose. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Plumlee's checked in. Here's Harden. Carroll against Plumlee. Here's Green. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Mason Plumlee.
And the former Hoya Green, a rangy forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Grant, he's checked in for Jokic. Porter comes in for Will Barton. And it's Torrey Craig in for Harris. Houston also making some changes. McLemore has come in for Daniel House. And Gordon subbed in for James Harden. To the inside. Down low. Passes to Morris. Plumlee with it. Headed by Green. And that one drops. Plumlee's got his second bucket of the game to go. Pass to McLemore. Now here's Carroll. To the middle. Here's Gordon. Banked in off the glass. And the Rockets lead by 12.
Even when Gordon is under pressure, he finds a way to score the ball. That's what he is. He is a determined and capable scorer.
Grant the pass to Plumlee, and it's slammed in by Plumlee.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it.
Nothing surprising about that, guys. We've come to expect plays like that from him, and still, they never get old.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
Morris finds Plumlee. Morris inside. He's guarded by Rivers. Morris with the bucket. Morris has got 4 this quarter.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target.
You know, he's been off tonight, off his game. At this point, he might want to focus on creating for others.
And it's Green with the jam.
We often talk about Gordon's scoring ability, but there, great feed to an open teammate.
Stolen by Rivers. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Gordon's running. It doesn't go for him. And Denver the other way now. Here's Plumlee. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Yeah, that's just good basketball there by Grant. Moving the ball to the wide open man and getting an assist out of it.
And the Nuggets with some changes. Paul Millsap is checked in for Grant. And it's Jamal Murray in for Monte Morris. Houston also making some changes. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Green. Robert Covington comes in for DeMarre Carroll. And it's Russell Westbrook in for Rivers. Covington passes to Westbrook. No good on that one. Here's Craig, defended by Gordon. Inside. Here's Plumlee. Missed inside. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. Houston on top. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Taking a look at the Rockets. Harden and Gordon are out on the wings. P.J. Tucker is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Westbrook in at the point. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for Houston?
I thought we might see the defense adjust at halftime to slow the break, but that has not been the case.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
After a first half where he had just 1 turnover, fellas, things have changed in the second. They're starting to pile up on him now.
It's Harden with the drive. Westbrook against Murray. Westbrook dishes to Harden. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. And the Rockets lead by 14.
You know, the confidence Harden has in his three-point shot, especially that step back that he shoots, is just mind-boggling. He loves letting it fly from deep.
And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That is his first foul of the game. Daniel House is checked in for the Rockets. Murray against Harden. The kick out to Westbrook. The pass to House. To the paint. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Tucker doing a nice job getting it done from there.
Here's Murray. And it's Murray with the jam.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
And, you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
Westbrook against Murray. Harden inside the three-point line. Denver grabs the miss.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And it's good, 2 points.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
A shot by Harden, wide open. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Ray, which team do you think has the toughest offense to stop in the NBA?
You know, in their heyday, it was the Warriors, no doubt about it. Now those things are changing a little bit. It's a tough one to say. The Bucks seem to be amazing with what they're doing with Giannis. The Rockets with that 1-2 punch, and Harden and Westbrook is incredible. And don't sleep on the Lakers or the Clippers, partner. Right now, there's a few of them out there that I would lose a lot of sleep over trying to prepare to play against.
Yeah, I'm glad you included the 2 LA teams.
Hey, we know this guy's a dynamic scorer, but what Westbrook really is an energetic, intense competitor.
Again, the miss by Murray.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
House kicks it to Tucker. Pass to Harden. Fires for 3. And another 3 for Houston.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
Yeah, I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit. No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
Westbrook surveying the D. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense.
And that corner 3, a cornerstone of P.J. Tucker's game. Takes it, makes them as much as anybody in the league.
And, Greg, how about this little factoid? Back at the University of Texas, he only shot 4 triples in 3 seasons. Floor spacing was not a part of his game. It was about getting that thing in the paint. But to his credit, and it's an example for all young players, through hard work, that short corner has become his bread and butter shot. Talk about a total transformation from no threes to being a dead-eye corner 3 shooter.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Houston.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Russell Westbrook.
Boy, this game really had his name all over it. I mean, he relished being the guy to carry the load offensively.
Now here's Rivers. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Chandler, here we go. A reverse, and that's 2 points on the layup. And the Rockets lead by 19.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Morris against Rivers. From deep, McLemore. Vonleh with the rebound. A 3 from Morris. But they'll get another chance. Vonleh. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
So we see Houston taking the W here. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on DA.
Hey, Kevin.
It sure has. Thanks, DA. And now the opening lineup for Boston. Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. And it's Tice in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Houston, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the small forward position. Now here's Harden. Kept alive. Second chance shot. A nice shot by Tucker.
Now there's the grit you've come to expect from Tucker. Getting into position for the rebound and getting some points out of it.
Walker taking his time here. And the layup's good off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Here is House. Knocked away. And taken away by Brown. Left side, Tatum. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Oh, what incredible precision. Brown cutting the D to pieces with his passing.
Count that one.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load. Oh, man, challenging the defense inside with the pass. That's just good ball movement.
And last season, P.J. Tucker signing a 6-figure sneaker deal with Nike, maybe helping to offset how much he spent on shoes over the years.
Yeah, G.A., the most renowned sneakerhead in this league. He owns thousands of pairs, and you'll even see him change sets in the middle of a game.
And he gets the bucket.
Oh, what hustle from Harden. Just sprinting down the floor in transition, finding a great shot as a result.
Over in the corner, Brown. From outside, off the mark.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Harden the pass to House, and he makes that one.
A really smart opening quarter for them at the offensive end. Moving, finding good shots. They're 4 for 5 from the field.
And there's the foul. It will go on P.J. Tucker. That is his first foul of the game. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Walker finds Hayward. Drills it from outside.
A guy who's really improved as a three-point shooter. That's taken Hayward's game to another level.
Westbrook passes to Harden. Back to Westbrook. And it's denied. Here's Tatum. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Tatum's got 6.
And on the drive, Tatum uses long strides rather than elite quickness to get where he wants to go.
And the pass to House. Kicks it to Tucker. Houston moving it around. Lead pass was put in just the right spot.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Walker the pass to Tice. That'll be Boston as it goes out of bounds. Celtics retain possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Appreciate the effort, though, making his presence felt defensively.
Gordon's checked in for Danuel House. Smart's checked in for Boston. And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile 1 block.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Here is Harden following the bucket by the Celtics. Westbrook dishes to Tucker, and it's blocked. They get it back. Westbrook kicks to Harden. Connects from three-point range. 5 points in the game.
Oh, and that catch and shoot, Jay, from Harden is unblockable. Just quickly shooting off the pass.
Tatum on the wing. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. On the wing, Gordon. Pass to Tucker. Harden outside. Back to Tucker. In the hoop for his 3rd make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
He's terrific at finding the open man. I mean, good awareness from the floor, from the combo guard. Harden.
Smart, wide open, he fires. And a miss there on the triple. Rockets have gotten 7 of their first 10 attempts to fall so far. Excellent pace to their offense.
Nothing less than that kind of defense will cut it against them. That's just great work inside.
Here's Westbrook to the inside. Tucker. The kick out to Westbrook. There's 37 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Shot clock at 6. Here's Harden. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
And Harden is certainly used to finishing through the physical defense, demonstrating just how special a player like he truly is.
And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for the Houston Rockets. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Stolen by Smart. Here's Tatum. He can't get that one to fall. Good D by Westbrook. It's tipped. Stolen by Walker. Tatum drives. Oh!
Nice. That's amazing, the creativity. And you see how fluid an athlete Tatum is.
Harden way outside. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. It's a tie game here in Houston. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
They've been quicker to the ball, showing great anticipation and terrific hustle.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. Smart and Brown outside on the wings. Enes Kanter is out there with Williams. And it's Wanamaker in at the 1 spot. Now here's Gordon. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Brown's got the ball, and the dunk by Brown.
With great physical and athletic tools, Brown's adept at pushing past contact.
And not only is Smart one of the best defenders in the league, Greg, he's also one of the most versatile players in the NBA.
Yeah, when you talk about players who can guard 1 through 5, it's usually referring to Kawhi, PG-13, or Giannis, but Smart at 6'4" has the strength, the anticipation, and the toughness to hold his own against anyone. It's remarkable.
And Hayward gets it to go.
I like that Hayward knows exactly what to do with the ball. I mean, he gets in good position and lets it fly.
Rivers kicks to McLemore. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Out to Hayward. Passes it to Kanter. Hayward looking around. They get it again. Pass to Wanamaker. Second shot opportunity. Gets a hand on it, and Kanter able to finish. Kanter's got the lead up to 8 now for the Celtics.
He's one of the best per-minute rebounders in the game. Kanter gets a lot of his points this way.
Green finds Carroll. Back to Green. It's deflected, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That is his first foul of the game. Daniel House is checked in for the Rockets. And a change for the Celtics. Williams is checked in. Celtics passing it around. A shot by Hayward, wide open. Busted. No good that time either.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Screen against Smart. McLemore, the pass to House. 6 to shoot. Rivers dishes to Green. Hayward with some nice D.
He doesn't get the finish, but the D's got to be quicker to rotate and stop him from getting to the rim.
Outside, Smart. And there's a whistle. That goes on Daniel House. That's his first foul. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Green. Robert Covington comes in for DeMar Carroll. James Harden, he's checked in for Ben McLemore. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Austin Rivers. Jaylen Brown's checked in for the Celtics. The Rockets with another miss. The Celtics on offense. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. Outside, Tatum wants to get it to Brown and does. Over Westbrook. Drilled from 6 feet. Brown's got 7 points.
Oh, you love the level of concentration Brown maintains. I mean, taking the hit well and finishing in style.
Harden the pass to Westbrook. And no good. Boston leading by 12. Floats it up for Williams. Down low, and he gets it to go. 9 points in the game so far.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Walker against Westbrook. Harden outside. The trade. The Rockets with another miss.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
No, doing anything they can to stop the bleeding, but so far they've had no answers.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Gordon's checked in for Daniel House. And a change for the Celtics. Enes Kanter's checked in for Robert Williams. Harden's shot is off.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Brown, and the dunk by Brown.
Talk about execution on the offensive end. They're leaving nothing on the table right now.
Absolutely relentless. They're in the flow and riding that wave for as long as they can.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock.
His teammates keep getting him the ball in his favorite spots. He's done a lot for his shooting percentage.
Here's Harden on the wing. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 3rd assist on the night. Walker the pass to Tice. Brown wide open. He fires. It's good on the putback.
Oh, he's a great presence to have near the bucket. Kanter's going to go after every rebound. And when he gets his hands on that, that's what happens.
From deep. Oh, and he got the ball.
No, wait, what? Woo. Focus from him right there. Nice play.
Yeah.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see a tremendous game we're seeing from Jaylen Brown. He had 13 points, 2. And that'll do it for our halftime report.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. It's been a clinic out there by Jaylen Brown.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing
to pile up the steals.
Yeah, he's busting his tail, making his presence known. A great job defensively so far.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Houston, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the 3 spot.
Well, he found the open space from mid-range. Just maybe rushed his release a little bit.
Rocket shooting for the game at 42%.
And I remember a lot of scouts wondered whether Brown could ever become a 20-point-per-game scorer. That question was answered in only his 4th season.
Oh, yeah, it didn't take long for him to answer that question. And he did it in a variety of ways. He hit more threes, drew more fouls, did a better job of converting at the rim. And the scary part is, it feels like he's just getting started. Wow, he's just incredible at understanding the game. Hayward is so good at making the defense pay for leaving guys open.
And it's blocked by Brown, and he gets it back. The Celtics have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Jeff Green, he's checked in for Robert Covington. McLemore has come in for James Harden. And it's Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. But they get it back.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Rivers, and finish off by Rivers.
You see the quickness from Rivers right there. He's good at probing inside when he gets a chance.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Walker in the post. He's guarded by Rivers. Walker against Rivers. Just 4 to shoot. Shots good by Williams.
Well, you can't leave guys open around Walker, I'll tell you that. He sees when the defense is overcommitted.
It's deflected. And stolen by Hayward. They're running. Oh, Tatum in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And you see Tatum using that insane reach on the catch. I mean, he can get him.
That's tipped. Rivers kicks to McLemore. They kick it out to Green. And he lobs it up toward the rim, and Brown throws it down hard.
Oh, the breathtaking athleticism of Brown. I mean, just incredible at rising up and packing a punch on these dunks.
From deep, Green. They get it back.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? Walker's shot is off. Houston's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. And here is Brown. 15 points in the game. Tatum dishes to Williams. For 3, Hayward. Here's Tatum. Out to Hayward. And here's Brown outside. The Celtics keep it going. A new 14-second shot clock. They shoot again. The shot off that time. And the Rockets take it the other way. Inside. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him number 1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that. Another miss by Houston. And it's Williams with the ball for the Celtics. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. They grab their own miss. Cantor, the pass to Tatum. From deep three-point range, up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Carroll finds Covington, and he uses the glass on the layup. Covington's got his first points of the night.
And it's clear Covington isn't bashful. He welcomes any opportunity he gets to score inside.
Here's Smart. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The Celtics shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. That free throw missing.
At 6'4", 220 pounds, Marcus Smart might be the most physically imposing point guard in the league, especially with his fiery approach to the game.
Russell Westbrook's checked in for the Rockets. And the Celtics also making a change. Green's checked in.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
This is his 2nd trip to the line in this one.
And going back to his performance at the line last year, guys, 84% as a free throw shooter.
Rockets shooting pretty terrible here in the 3rd quarter at around 30%. Harden outside from downtown, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Harden's got 13.
The unique lefty stroke of Harden. He's become incredibly consistent from deep.
Back to Wanamaker. Boston again missing. Westbrook fires away from outside. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Boston rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up a quarter. And they're winning the... And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session tomorrow.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the court right now for the Celtics. Green is out there with Williams. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then it's Langford. And it's Wanamaker in at the point. And Williams is right there.
And how about the perseverance offensively? I mean, following up the missed shot, and that results in 2nd and 3rd opportunities.
On the wing, Gordon. And some nice passing there by Houston. The feed now to Chandler, and Chandler throws it down.
Way to showcase the court vision. Westbrook, I mean, he gets his teammates some wide open looks.
Green, the pass to Williams. Here's Wanamaker. Green finds Williams. Takes the turnaround J. Here's Kanter. Pass to Wanamaker. Kanter trying to free himself up. Wanamaker misses. 4th quarter still young, just over a minute play. It's Westbrook with the drive, and Westbrook throws it down hard.
The defense sees Westbrook coming, but his verticality makes him almost unstoppable.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
And Mbah-a-Moute checked in for the Rockets. Then McLemore comes in for Eric Gordon. And then for Boston, Williams comes in for Williams. And it's Ogilvy in for Green. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, one of those guards who just oozes with potential. Langford has the size and skill set that every team is looking for.
For the Rockets, P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Chandler. Robert Covington comes in for Mbah-a-Moute. And Daniel House subbed in for Thabo Sefolosha. Then for the Celtics, Daniel Tice is checked in for Williams. Hayward comes in for Semi Ojeleye. And Jaylen Brown subbed in for Brad Wanamaker. It's Brown with the drive, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll... And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call.
2 shots.
And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
And the dunk by Covington.
The impressive reach on display. Covington has a strong feel for when he has to go for the alley-oop.
Westbrook against Walker. Here's Tice. And off the glass. That one's good.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Covington in the corner. Lobbed up there for Westbrook. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Taking flight. Gotta admire how high Westbrook gets up when he goes for an alley-oop.
Walker dishes to Brown. Back to Walker. Lets it go from deep. And Westbrook pulls it down. Rockets trail by 20. Here's Covington. Great D that time from Tatum. To the middle. Here's Tice. Sweet move. Walker with a clean look. Russell Westbrook with the rebound. Westbrook's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Daniel Tice. That'll be his second foul of the game. Houston making a switch. Harden's checked in.
Can't be too far off Covington. He's good at sizing up the defense and firing once he gets it.
Brown inside, guarded by Harden. Brown, good. And the Celtics lead by 19.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And it's not about running up the score. It's about closing the door on any kind of comeback.
Passes it to Tucker. 6 on the shot clock. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Tice. Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. And Rivers gets it to go in on the assist by Chandler.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Boston.
The blocking really turned things into their favor this time.
Great timing, anticipation. They got the blocks, and that definitely changed the momentum of this game.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Jaylen Brown.
He hung a big number on the scoreboard, and it wasn't just because he was hot. He did it with movement and tenacity.
You got to do more than that to keep the ball out of his hands down low.
Oh, they must ramp up the effort level, the intensity level. They're making it too easy for him out there.
Cantor against Chandler. Here's Langford. And the shot is good.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
That's the dagger. You could tell they wanted that one. I know that seals the deal.
Lobbed up there for Chandler. No good on the shot.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Oh, I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
So good once he gets in the lane. Langford attracts a lot of attention when he drives.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And here are the Rockets now. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And Mbah-a-Moute. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Enes Kanter. And he knocks down the first one. And Mbah-a-Moute drops them both. Here's Wanamaker. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
It's Rivers on the wing. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Stolen by Cantor. Here's Wanamaker. And Cantor throws it down.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, there's no doubt as to who was the better team. I mean, they proved it.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
An aerial view of the many buildings making. And as things get...
Hey, Kevin.
Thanks, D.A. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Young and Herter make up the backcourt. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. And it's Capella in at the center. And for the Rockets, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the 3, the small forward. Offensive rebound, Capella. Headshot off. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Rockets. House dishes to Westbrook. Makes it off the glass.
Don't say this much about guards, but big boy strength there as Westbrook does not give in to the aggressive defense.
Here's Hunter. The baseline jumper goes down. And here's Houston. Here's Westbrook. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Yeah, that's a Westbrook mindset right there. I'm going through you. It doesn't allow his focus to be shaken, even when the defense gets a little bit nasty.
Young, good.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Now here's Harden, and he's good on the 3-ball.
And defensively, you got to respect Harden's ability to drive. That just makes him exponentially more difficult to guard out at the line.
Here's Herter. Hunter, no one around him, and they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Hunter's got his second bucket of the night. Rockets have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Outside Westbrook. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Westbrook's got 6 points.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. Think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
A nice shot by Tucker.
Impressive start here. That's 5 straight makes to start the game.
And the Houston Rockets last season going out and getting Robert Covington. Greg, why was that a good fit for this team?
You know, Kevin, his range shooting really unlocked Westbrook's ability to get to the lane. Also, Covington's contract creates some flexibility, one of the best values in the league as far as productivity.
Here's Westbrook, and it's Tucker atop the key. It's Covington on the wing. Back to Tucker. Harden outside. And the jam by Harden.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
And so Young will bring it up for the Hawks. 6-point game. No good on the triple. The Rockets have gone a perfect 6 for 6 in the game up to this point. Westbrook passes to Tucker, and Capella sends it back.
Quick off the floor, has that long reach. Capella there with the intimidation. And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Here is Harden after the made shot from John Collins. Tucker the pass to House. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Out to the right wing. Here's Hunter. His 3-pointers off the mark. Rockets leading by 6. Lobbed up there for Westbrook. And Westbrook throws it down hard.
Man, we all saw that right there. Is he part feline? Cat-like quickness and elevation from Westbrook.
Young drives in. It's good.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Right side Westbrook. Passes it to Tucker. The dish to Harden. 5 on the clock. Westbrook kicks to Harden. A three-pointer, no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
In the corner, Herter with it. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. To the paint, here's Capella. The putback, and Collins is right there.
Yeah, that's where John Collins sets up shop down in the paint, quick and athletic, able to corral the miss.
Westbrook passes to House. It's stolen by Capella. Stolen by Harden. Down low. Here's Covington. And the rejection by Collins. And Harden wide open. He shoots. The Rockets again can't hit. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Houston on top, up by 4. We'll be back shortly live from Houston, Texas. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And so in the game for the Hawks, Teague out there at Denver. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon. Then it's Jones. And it's Reddish in at the 3 slot. The second chance effort. Dedmon finds Jones. And Jones slams it in.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Rivers passes to Green. In the corner, it's McLemore. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. McLemore's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And here is Teague. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Here's Bembry. Cans it from downtown. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this area at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that, more than anything, allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
Houston making a switch here. Westbrook's checked in, and a change for the Hawks. Fernando's checked in. Here's Green, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And the length of Green is a real issue for the D. His arms just go forever, which often results in a lot of shooting fouls for him.
And Jeff Green drops them both. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. And it's Eric Gordon with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Shot from the inbound. Offensive rebound. Bembry the pass to Teague. Here's Fernando. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Now here's Teague. Left side Jones. 5 to shoot. Fernando. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Fernando's got the game tied up here for the Hawks. Westbrook finds Green. And it's Carroll in the corner. To the inside. There's McLemore. He can't get that one. Great D that time from Teague.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far. And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
So here's Westbrook. Following the basket by Cam Reddish. Westbrook dishes to Gordon. Now here's McLemore outside. Another miss by Houston.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
Here's Westbrook after the basket by Atlanta. And Westbrook throws it down.
Look, I know some guys are going to dunk, but when it's Westbrook, man, he fires up his teammates.
Here's Bembry. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
McLemore, the pass to Westbrook. Hits that one. Nice pass, leading him to the bucket. Westbrook's got 12 in the game.
Well, the defenses are geared up to prevent Westbrook from getting to that position, so he just goes ahead and takes it.
Here's Gordon, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Reddish. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Again, the body control to shift himself over. With Westbrook, sometimes the only choice you have is to commit the foul.
Houston with a big group substitution here. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Green. Robert Covington comes in for Damari Carroll. Daniel House has checked in for Ben McLemore. And James Harden subbed in for Eric Gordon. Herter off target from outside. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for the Rockets. Harden's shot is off. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Young finds Capella. The Hawks working the ball around, and the dunk by Capella.
Big man John Collins seeing the court that time.
Rockets trail by 4.
Yeah, take your time. You don't give them another possession.
Yeah, hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
And that one is good.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
Young's shot is off. Now here's Westbrook. It's good. This game is all even. Westbrook's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Well, Russell does historic things, and maybe tonight's another one.
And
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed There was no stopping Russell Westbrook in the first half. He had 18 points. And that...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. P.J. Tucker is out there with Robert Covington, and it's House in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Pass to Herter. Young in the corner to the paint. And Capella with the basket on the assist by Young. Capella's got it all tied up now for Atlanta. Westbrook against Capella. And Tucker kicks to Harden. Misses the 3.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
And Bones, with that Clint Capella trade last year to the Hawks, a bit of a surprise to many, but the Hawks were able to land a young and talented center.
And maybe GA the perfect fit for how it is that their team is constructed around Trae Young. Capella's going to be that pick and roll option, can finish above the rim, and is a good defender to protect the guys on the defensive end.
Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Atlanta.
The third quarter has not started well, just 1 of 4.
It's deflected.
Great defense. Stingy was Hunter on that.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, You really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime? Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night. Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track. They're going to find a way to win.
For a player who plays with emotion like Covington, those kind of plays can really get your motor running.
Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. Houston making some changes. Gordon comes in for Daniel House. And it's Austin Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Reddish, he's checked in for Kevin Huerter. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That is his first foul of the game. For the Rockets, Green, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Damari Carroll comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Ben McLemore in for James Harden. And then for Atlanta, Bruno Fernando's checked in for John Collins. DeAndre Bembry comes in for DeAndre Hunter. And it's Teague in for Young. And he makes both free throws. Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in 2 different settings.
Yeah, I mean, 2 very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country, if you will, was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver. I miss
and
going
Seattle,
to
right? Let's get back in both
Seattle.
those cities.
Exactly. James Harden, he's checked in for the Rockets.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Out of bounds, Houston takes possession. Atlanta making a switch here. Jones is checked in. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Pass to Gordon. Inside. And Jeff Green, the bucket on the assist by Eric Gordon. And it's a 7-point Rocket lead.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain this.
That was like a morning paper for Jeff Teague. Makes a great read and swings the ball around for a clean look at the bucket.
Harden. The pass to Carroll. To the middle. Kicks it out to Harden. Back to McLemore. Rocket 6 on the wing. Harden. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Harden's got 9.
Yeah, you got your shooters and you have your scorers, but James Harden is both.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Jones.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Harden kicks to Carroll. Inside, it's stolen by T. Dedmon with it, and it's Gordon picking him up. Fernando can't get it to go. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. He's got 10.
Second chances are a great measure of what a team is doing in terms of their effort on a nightly basis, and that was some serious effort there.
Harden can't hit.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Harden's got 6 points in the quarter.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Passes it to Reddish. He kicks it to T. 43 seconds left here in the third quarter. Great positioning on the putback. Rockets leading by 3. In the corner, it's McLemore. And it's Carroll in the corner. Here's Harden on the wing. And Harden with the stuff.
You know, and with how deliberate he can be, Harden still can surprise defenders with that burst, that underrated vertical that he possesses.
For the Rockets, P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Green. Robert Covington comes in for Damari Carroll. And it's Austin Rivers in for McLemore. Here's Fernando. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
Here's Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. Here's Fernando. Rebounded by Covington. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. 1 second left, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
As crafty as they come, Harden uses that tremendous body control to his advantage.
And both free throws good for James Harden. And so it's Houston in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We'll return shortly. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. On the court right now for the Hawks. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Then it's Young. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's Fernando in at the point. Now here's Westbrook. Covington dishes to Tucker. Shot clock at 6. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Young. They get the rebound. Here's Collins. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
So for the Hawks, Reddish comes in for Hunter. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for Bruno Fernando. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, the Rockets coach had some words for his team during the timeout. He said, I want us to play as though we're behind. We're good when we play with urgency. We're bad when we become complacent. Don't become complacent. Let's go, guys.
Rivers gets a wide open look. No good with the triple.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from 3-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
Westbrook feeling it out a bit. Stolen by Collins. Up the floor. Here's Wright. And Reddish with the slam.
Shooters tend to be hungry, but this time Huerter finds an open teammate.
And there's the call on Kevin Huerter. That is his first foul of the game. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Westbrook kicks to House. Feeds to Tucker. Houston moving it around. Clock at 6. Takes the 13-footer.
Well, he's very engaged right now, John Collins, defensively, and that's starting to make a difference for the team.
And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his third foul of the game. Young outside to take the lead, and he's good on the three ball. Young's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, you can see and maybe feel right now him getting into the comfort zone out there after dropping the second 3 of the half.
Westbrook passes to Rivers. And that time, also a missed shot. Collins with it. Westbrook picks him up. Stolen by Rivers. Outside Covington. Westbrook against Capella. And the dunk by Covington.
Using that athleticism to convert the alley-oop. Covington is simply a difference maker out there.
And the wide open shot from Reddish. Offline with his 3. And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for Houston. The kick out to Westbrook. And finished off by Westbrook.
And that's what a guy like Westbrook will do for you, willing his team forward in these big moments.
They get it back. Capella, stolen by Tucker, and Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul for the Rockets. Jeff Green, he's checked in for Daniel House. And it's James Harden in for Russell Westbrook. DeAndre Hunter, he's checked in for the Hawks. Rivers passes to Green. Back to Rivers. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Rivers has got his first bucket of the night.
That's what you get with a bigger guard, a guy that can carve out a little bit more space, and Rivers does a good job that time. Well, you make strides to get back in the ball game, but an errant shot like that can definitely cost you any kind of momentum. Have to use better judgment there.
Now, here's Tucker. Green finds Rivers. 6 on the shot clock. No one covered. Harden's got 16 points here in the second half.
And they've done some nice work as we've come down the stretch here in the final quarter.
And right now is when you have to lay it on the line. Between the two teams, they've clearly been the aggressor.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possessions.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
And with the monster finish, he stops an 11-0 run by Houston.
Collins against Green. Back to Harden. Pass to Rivers. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Rockets lead by 9.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
With it, and guarded by Capella. Green, the pass to Harden. From deep. Collins grabs the miss.
And he missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance. Oh, wow. You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. They kick it out to Green on the wing. Harden. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Harden's got the lead up to 10 now for the Rockets.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
Yeah, huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
The deep 3 from Harden. Offline. So we see Houston taking the W here. Some good. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. And that shot should leave nope. And with tip.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Sure is. Thanks, DA. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. The backcourt is Murray and Harris. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. And it's Barton in at the small forward. And for the Rockets, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the 3. Here is House. Harden has a wide open look. Offensive rebound.
You know, I love a lot about Westbrook's game, but one of the things I like most is he's one of the best rebounders in the league, regardless of position. And he may be the best rebounding guard in the league.
Jokic, no good.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Takes it out to Covington. It's Harden with the drive and the jam by Harden.
Tremendous speed on the drive. Harden is consistent in attacking the basket.
Here's Murray. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here is House. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And the defense no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
Millsap left side. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You know, Millsap has tremendous speed for a guy of his size, and he's able to force the issue and get to the basket.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. The Rockets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Westbrook against Harris. Westbrook passes to Tucker, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation. A little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Pass to Jokic. Martin inside the line. It's rebounded by Houston.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Harden, that's good.
Only one miss in the first 5 attempts, clearly feeling it.
The Nuggets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul. Down low. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Murray.
So good to see Murray, not just as a scorer, but thriving as a passer, too.
It's Westbrook with the drive. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Jokic.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
Gordon's checked in for Daniel House.
And Russell Westbrook is as explosive a guard as we've seen in the history of the game. An incredibly gifted scorer who can also punch it on you.
Harden, no good. The Nuggets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Millsap. That shot misses. And the Rockets take it the other way. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Gordon's running. Jokic with the steal. Millsap kicks to Murray. And it's rebounded by Covington. Houston leading by 3. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. Greg, we see defenses continually adjusting. Analytics favoring threes and dunks. Which teams do you think are toughest to score on at the rim?
You know, it's funny that you think defense in today's era, but if you look at the 2 teams that were the best in their respective conferences last season, they're the 2 teams I think protect the rim the best. Milwaukee with Giannis and the Lopez crew, and then obviously AD and LA with the Lakers. Those teams have the versatility on their front line to be able to defend the 3 and also protect the rim.
I think you've nailed it. Now here's Rivers. Carroll dishes to Green, and the shot goes in.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Morris passes to Jokic. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Jokic doing a nice job getting right to the spot and capitalizing, taking advantage of the high percentage shots.
To the inside, Rivers finds Green, knocks it loose. It's stolen by Morris, and the Nuggets pushing it up now. Here's Craig, up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. The Rockets have gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them. And it's Green with the jam.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
And a wide open look for Porter. It's good on the putback.
And at 4 or 5 now, a nice start. I mean, he looks ready to make an impact offensively. So far, so good.
Rivers passes to Green. And now the Nuggets, fast break, and finished off by Porter.
Yeah, that's just good basketball there by Grant, moving the ball to the wide open man and getting an assist out of it.
Rivers dishes to Green. Now here's McLemore. He's covered closely, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. The Rockets have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
Mason Plumlee's checked in for Morris. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Craig kicks to Grant. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Well, I tell you, I like the fact that Grant is selective in the shots that he takes. He's looking for quality. If he senses the defense is playing off him, as the pass is coming to him, he's prepared. He's getting shot ready as the pass is in the air.
Porter finds Plumlee. Good work there as it goes.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Hey, guys, this is going to be fun now. I mean, we've got ourselves a shootout on tap here.
And at the end of 1, both teams putting up some points. Denver on top. They lead by 3. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter. Right.
The mentality of how we play, how we move the ball.
Greg sounds like something a coach would say.
It's probably something his coach has said time and time again. But Murray's really matured into a reliable, sometimes spectacular performer for this team.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for Denver.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at the Rockets. Green is out there with Damari Carroll. Then it's McLemore, and it's Rivers, and it's Gordon in at the 3 slot. So the wing on the left, Murray, the pass to Jokic. Stolen by Rivers. And here's the fast break. Lobbed up there for Green. Carroll dishes to Gordon. Porter with the steal. The putback, and Murray with the second chance points. Murray's got the lead up to 7 now for Denver.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear, it's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
And now Porter pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And finished off by Porter.
Well, when you've got Porter's length, this is what you can do. It makes it easy to get to the rim for the throwdown.
And the big fella, Mason Plumlee, you know, he could start for some teams in this league, but he's been dynamite off the bench for the Nuggets.
Yeah, you take a look at his game, Greg, and defense and rebounding and finishing, all high level. But one thing that's underrated, but I appreciate a lot, is his passing game. It's come a long way. He does a lot to help you in a reserve role.
Back to Murray. He feeds it to Porter. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 3 assists tonight.
Well, you know, on the inside, Porter is a very skilled player. He understands that you've got to be multi-dimensional, a lot of versatility to your game to be effective inside.
Rivers passes to Green. The shot, no good. Plumlee with some nice D. The kick out to Porter. It's blocked.
And, you know, a strong physical defender, when Carroll's in the area, he's got good timing to block shots.
Count it, and the Nugget lead has been cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Green.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Murray the pass to Porter. Here's Craig, guarded by McLemore. To the paint, and stolen by Carroll. There's 1:54 left now here in the second. Rivers kicks to Carroll. They get a hand on it. Back to Rivers. And it's Mason Plumlee with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Houston a whole new 5 on the floor. Denver also making some changes. Paul Millsap's checked in for Jokic. Will Barton comes in for Michael Porter. And it's Gary Harris in for Torrey Craig. Shot clock at 5. Kicks it out to Harden. There's the 3. Another miss by Houston.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
You know, when Murray finishes like this, guys, it shows you how aggressive his mindset is in attacking the defense.
Harden against Millsap. Harden the pass to Tucker. Plumlee with the steal. Stolen by Tucker. Lays it up and banks it in.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Murray against Westbrook. Now here's Barton. He's tightly guarded. Murray, good.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Westbrook. Here's Tucker. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Mason Plumlee.
Yeah, hard to corral the energy that P.J. Tucker plays with. And he gets in there and mixes it up, and he'll go to the line.
Monte Morris is checked in for Jamal Murray. Both free throws good from Tucker.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Barton dishes to Plumlee. And good that time. Plumlee's got his second basket.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Kicks it out to Harden. Not going to go that time. Plumlee with some nice D. Martin passes to Millsap. And Covington sends it back.
No, sir, not today. Don't come in here. Covington not having it.
And so it's... Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K. Some incredible work in this one by Nikola Jokic. He had 12 points, 4... And that...
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You look at Jokic in this game, he has been everywhere.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. Filling out the wings, Harris and Barton. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. And it's Murray in at the point guard position. Greg, as a point guard, you must have had so much fun being surrounded by so much terrific talent at UNLV.
You know, Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, I mean, I could go on. And you're right, I was blessed to play alongside these guys. They were incredible talents, finishers. And, you know, you don't always appreciate it going through that moment, but the fact that we're all still close and stay in contact, man, what an awesome experience to be a part of that team.
Chemistry must have been off the charts on that team.
It was, and we had a lot of personalities, man. It was a different era back then, but I tell you, again, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything. A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
And that one's good, Barton.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
And for Jokic, a slow start to last season, came in heavy, lost over 20 pounds as he played his way into shape, and boy, did he come on strong down the stretch.
The pass to Harris. He dishes it to Murray. The offensive rebound out to Harris. Denver passing it around, and another shot. It's rebounded by Houston. Westbrook's got 4 rebounds in this game. Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is never going to be the most explosive athlete, but some have questioned his conditioning, even his motor. What do you see?
I mean, the crazy thing is, even with those questions, he regularly puts up box scores we haven't seen in half a century. But to win it all, you've got to leave no stone unturned. And I think for a young player, he's got to make more of a commitment to his body. And I think we will see that in time.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
Inside, here's Millsap. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got his 5th assist in this one.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Grant, right side. Pass to Porter. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
It's Harden with the drive. Tucker laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Tucker's got 12 points in the game.
Nobody better at running the screen and roll than Harden. He's conniving, creative, pacing, spacing, all of that on display. Incredible in the pick and roll.
Back to Porter. Kicks it to Murray. Dishes it to Grant. Lays it up off the glass.
And I tell you, I love watching Grant get busy down there. I mean, his impressive leaping ability and his quick release on the shot allow him to score at a high rate down low.
Kicks it out to Harden. Off target from 3-point range. The Nuggets leading by 11. Millsap finds Murray. Count that one. 10 points for him.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
You know, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Covington passes to Tucker. And that one, good.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
The Nuggets have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession.
Risky pass there. They're lucky to retain possession this time.
Houston making some changes. Tamari Carroll's checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Ben McLemore in for James Harden. The Nuggets also changing it up. Plumlee, he's checked in for Millsap. Torrey Craig comes in for Gary Harris. And Morris subbed in for Jamal Murray. And it's Carroll with the ball for the Rockets. Pass to Tucker. Back to Gordon. To the middle. Here's Carroll. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Carroll's got his first basket of the night.
We often talk about Gordon's scoring ability, but there, great feed to an open teammate.
Grant dishes to Plumlee. Uses the glass to finish the layup. 6 points for Mason Plumlee.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Kicks it out to Gordon. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Even when Gordon is under pressure, he finds a way to score the ball. That's what he is. He is a determined and capable scorer.
And so it's Denver ahead by 9 as the quarter. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. We've got Gordon, Russell Westbrook out there with Ben McLemore. Then it's P.J. Tucker, and it's House in at the 4 slot. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. The Nuggets leading by 9. Here's Barton. Rebound by House.
You know, you don't always get that opportunity, so those are the ones you hate to miss.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Morris. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Morris has got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Nuggets. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Nuggets?
Boy, their hounding, harassing efforts at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, their second chance points have been a story all night as well. That's just pure effort and hustle.
Pass to Craig. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ben McLemore. That is his first foul of the game. Robert Covington's checked in for Houston. Harden comes in for Ben McLemore. The Nuggets also changing it up. Cole Millsap is checked in for Grant. Gary Harris comes in for Torrey Craig. And it's Jamal Murray in for Monte Morris.
And the strength of Murray, finishing the shot off easily, even with the harm.
Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalries. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
Tucker with the ball. He's against Jokic. Kicks it out to Covington. There's the pass to Harden. 6 to shoot. Jokic with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Here's Millsap. Shooting foul. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
Elbow. 2.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. Double checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, during the break, I was able to catch the message Houston's coach gave to his team. He told his guys the inside game is working, so stick with it. That means posting, slashing, getting to the rim, whatever produces these high percentage looks. Kevin, back to you.
Westbrook kicks to Harden. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Here's Tucker. Out to the wing. House, the pass to Tucker. Rebound by Murray. And it's Millsap with the ball for the Nuggets. Here's Barton. Good. And Harris gets the assist.
Love seeing this from Harris. I mean, proving how effective he can be as a passer.
Murray against Westbrook. House kicks to Harden. Passes to Tucker. Count the basket. Tucker's got 10 points in just the second half.
Boy, PJ is rolling, man. I know that defense is wanting to say, hey, pump the brakes, PJ.
Harris outside. He wants to get the Millsap and does. Tipped away, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Covington. The Nuggets making a switch here. Porter's checked in. There's 1:26 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Westbrook.
Oh, that was worth the price of admission.
And, you know, that time Westbrook showing you just how effective he is on both ends. I love his hustle and energy and relentlessness on the court.
Stolen. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Covington with it. Picked up by Harris. And the shot goes in. Westbrook's got it back down to within single digits for the Rockets. Nuggets have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Harris passes to Jokic. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Jokic has got 20 points.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for Denver.
One area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
I think it sparked their offense. It deflates the opposition. And when you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's pretty hard to overcome that defensive pressure down the stretch.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jokic.
I thought his active hands were a big help. I mean, he took some chances on defense, and his gambles paid off. He got a bunch of steals.
Murray dishes to Porter. On the wing, Harris. Pass to Jokic. Harris kicks to Jokic. Can't connect from 14 feet out. They can score it here, but it won't mean much.
Kevin, turn out the lights. This party's over.
It might be. And he commits the intentional foul.
You know, give him credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
Simply delaying the inevitable here. I mean, at this point, even if they miss the free throws, there's not enough time left.
And finished off by Westbrook.
Boy, that time Russell Westbrook going for the spectacular with a little extra pizzazz.
So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a... All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.